In this video, I will introduce you to the LiveBind technology available in Brad Studio, Delphi, and C++ Builder. LiveBinds is available for both frameworks, BCL and FireMonkey. So let's start creating a BCL project. And let's add some controls like a t-edit and also a label. Let's click with the right button, and you have here the bind visually option. The bind visually lets you to connect controls or connect the property of the controls. So let's say we can here connect the caption from the label to the text property of the t-date. And with this, we are creating here in the bind list some expressions, and these expressions are evaluated in the execution, during the execution of the project. So we are not generating code here, we are just creating expressions that will be evaluated during the execution of the application. So let's add some other control, like a checkbox, for example, here. And I'd like also to connect the state of the checkbox with the state of this t-edit. So let's do here, we can show here the properties, any properties of the control. So let's choose here the enable property. And I'm going to connect the state from the checkbox to the enable property from the t-edit. With this, let's run the application. And when you change the text from the t-edit, like let's put here Rad Studio, automatically you have the label reflecting the change from the t-edit control. Also, once you have the checkbox enabled, you have the t-edit enabled. But if you change the state of the checkbox, now your t-edit is also not available to enter in data. So this is the power of the LiveBindings. You can also use LiveBindings to connect any kind of control like datasets, grids, and so on. You can also use the LiveBind wizard. So to use the LiveBind wizard, you need to go to Tools, Options, and here you have the LiveBind sections, LiveBindings, and you can enable the LiveBind wizard checking this checkbox, display LiveBind wizard in the context menu. So once you have this enabled, you can use the LiveBind wizard. Let's say I put here client data set, and I will load some data here, like XML file, let's say BioLife, and here you can see all the fields are automatically created. So let's use now the LiveBind wizard. Right click on the control, you have the option LiveBind wizard, and I'd like to connect the client data set with a grid control. Next, you can use existing component in your form or choose a new one, and then finish, and you have the data automatically available on the grid control. Notice that this is a string grid, it's not a data-aware component, but with LiveBinds you have the power to connect datasets to any kind of control. Doesn't matter if this control is a data-aware control or not. So that's it for this section.